All right, welcome to another episode of Let's Go Brandon Green. Today we have on the show Mr. Wade Simmons, if that is your real name, Wade. How are you, buddy?
Yep, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. He's all the way over in Chi-Town, Chicago. And how is it there today, man? Sunday good?
Well, actually, I'm not at home right now. I'm actually down in Mississippi visiting a cousin right now, so I'm out in the countryside. See.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yep.
Mississippi. Um, yeah, right. It's a fair way away. So he's currently in training to be a pro wrestler. How did you get into that, man?
So I was actually looking to do a documentary on wrestling, and I was talking to the trainer or whatever, and then I actually wrestled in high school, and so I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should. It's always been a dream of mine, so why not? I mean, anybody that knows me knows I'm an opportunist. So if an opportunity presents itself to me, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, right. And how old are you now?
I just turned 30. February 13th. So
Oh, really? So you're
yeah.
30 and you can just get training for that, and you haven't wrestled for over 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, it's like for me, I'm looking to be more of a manager anyway. So I mean, I may wrestle too. We'll see, but as of right now,
Yeah,
I'm sticking to managing.
yeah. And so have you done any of the shows yet or anything? Like, how far away
I've
are you
worked.
from there?
I've worked about 3 shows so far, but I haven't made my debut just yet. They're still training me to wrestle. So
Yeah,
once I get comfortable with taking bumps and everything, I'll be ready to go.
yeah. So where do you someone like you, if you were to make your debut, where in what type of setting is it? Is there like
So
small
it's an
camps
independent
that?
wrestling scene. I mean, it's pretty well known. CSW, very proud to be a part of it. CM Punk. Quite a few people have wrestled with them. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. Because over here we really don't have much of that stuff at all in Australia. But yeah, that, and we've actually got a former rugby league player that's over in America now. He's on the WWF. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a tough grind at the top end. Yeah,
Yeah.
at the yeah, what's his name? He's real big. Starts with an X or something. But yeah,
Okay.
he's actually getting pretty big over there. So, and what else do you do? So you got into this from, you said you're uh, filming a documentary, so you're a filmmaker as
I'm
well.
an independent filmmaker. I mean, if anything, if nothing else, I'm a filmmaker, and I've been getting a bit into wanting to make more documentaries. So I'm a big wrestling fan, so I was like, maybe I should try doing a documentary about this. And for me trying to do a documentary, it turned to me actually being a part of it. So
Yeah, that's how life changes like that, man. You just blow with the
yeah,
wind.
and the more interesting thing is because like I'm looking at it like I don't know if you follow WWE, but like it's funny because like the Undertaker just retired, and me actually being somebody that also worked in funeral service for 11 years. I mean, it's always been a dream of mine to actually meet the Undertaker. So it's kind of like he's stepping
You,
out of the scene, and God willing, I'm coming on the scene. So I think that's pretty cool.
you're coming on. Undertaker must
Yeah,
be an old dude now, man.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy like seeing him and all the people like we grew up with watching like retire. Like I think that's amazing.
yeah. Okay, cool. So, how long have you been doing working in the um, funeral industry?
Believe it or not, I've been doing it for 11 years.
All right. How did you get into that?
It was always something I wanted to do. Again, it's like as a kid, I always knew what I wanted to do. It was film make and be a mortician. And so I just
Yeah.
decided to pursue it. So I went in and gave it a shot. I hit a few roadblocks in the funeral business, but I mean for the most part though, it's been a really cool experience. And I feel like
Well,
doing that kind
yeah.
of work. it has taught me, like, time waits for nobody. So if you got a dream, you got to just go for it.
Yeah. So what is a mortician?
So a mortician is a individual who works with families to, take care of their loved ones during the time of need. A mortician is somebody that, they make arrangements. They pick up bodies. They dress loved ones. They casket loved ones. They embalm loved ones, or whatever the family needs during that time. They do whatever it
Yeah.
takes for the family can have closure.
All right. So that would be a pretty grim type of job to do for a
Yeah,
person that's never done it.
I think for me as a kid, I was more curious about doing it, and, like, once I've got older and got into it, I mean, I was very passionate about it. Now, to be honest with you, I think my heart is kind of not in the same place kind of at the moment with doing that, but I mean, I take my head off to everybody that does it, though, because it's a very demanding job, and it's something that takes somebody with a heart to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And you're so does your faith in God help that role as well? Like,
Yeah, absolutely, because, doing that type of job, you can't help but think about your own mortality, and when you think about life in that perspective, it's like, none of us know how much time that we have. So I feel like you have to live every day with purpose and intention, and I find that funny
yeah,
because when I went to film school, that was one thing that they taught us is like, whenever a person makes a movie, write a script, you have to be very intentional. And from working in a funeral home, it's like I live every day with intention.
yeah. Well, yeah, you see the other side of life, and that's nothing.
Yep.
Yeah. So will you be getting into more like filming for independent documentaries?
Yeah, I'm looking into doing that now, but it's like, the film industry is not a very easy industry to break out into as far as making money. But I mean, anybody can do it otherwise. I mean, we got the phones and
Yeah,
Instagram, a Facebook Live, and everybody's a filmmaker nowadays. So I think that's the cool thing with that.
yeah, yeah. It certainly makes it hard to distinguish yourself as a professional within that in that niche. Yeah,
Yep, absolutely.
yeah. So where do you see yourself heading in the next 5 years? Would you say, Wade?
Well, in the next 5 years, I'm hoping, like, to, maybe buy property out, like, in Mississippi or Los Angeles and film. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm looking into
Okay.
getting into real estate too. So I got quite a bit of stuff I'm working on.
Oh, what type of real estate?
Like, buying and selling property. Just something a little different. Because, like I said, I've been in the funeral business for 11 years, and I'm kind of being led to kind of go in a different direction now.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any property at the moment currently?
Not yet, but I'm in a process of learning about it now.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. Well, it seems like you've done quite a bit over the last 10 years. Well, yeah, ever since school. What was your first job coming out of school? Did you go
Working in the
straight
funeral home.
into
That's
the.
the funeral business.
Yeah,
That's been the only job that I've ever had. Yep, that's
yeah.
the only
And that
job
was
that
in
I've ever.
Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess you'd see it all there, man.
Yeah. You know what it is for me too. Like, my uncle, believe it or not, like, my uncle had died last year. He came up to Chicago, and while he was visiting, he passed away. And, like, I think
Oh,
when that happened, that kind of, like, changed my perspective on a lot of stuff. This is actually his grandson right here.
okay. Hey,
Yep.
buddy. Yeah, right. Yeah, I'd seeing witnessing yeah a death like that firsthand changes anyone, you know.
Yeah, man, it makes you really think about life, like, more realistically.
Yeah. All right. Cool, man. Well, yeah. I wish you luck with all your wrestling stuff that you got going on. You seem to have quite a passion for that, which is good.
Yeah, man,
And if
I'm loving it.
anyone,
Now,
yeah,
now
and also if anyone does want to get in contact with you for like filming and that, where can they find you at?
so you can find me. My Instagram is Wade Jedi 99. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And then Wade Simmons on Facebook. And then you can check me out on Vimeo, Wade Filmmaker 77 well 37s. So I'm
Yeah,
not hard to
and where
find.
will you? And where will you be based out of over the next year?
I'll still be, hanging around Chicago doing something. I'm pretty soon my pro wrestling stuff. I'm gonna start posting that a little more too.
Yeah, yeah. So if anyone wants to know about the industry or getting into it, Wade, Wade, Wade's you're the guy to ask at the moment, man, because you're learning and you're very passionate about it, and from Chicago, man. All right.
Yeah.
So if you can send me your all your links there in the over on the text, I'll put that up there, and there'll be a link on my website to so everyone can get onto Wade.
Yep, absolutely, man. And I definitely appreciate you for interviewing me too. And I'm gonna keep in contact with you too, man. I really appreciate it.
No worries, man. We'll keep an eye on your journey, buddy. Have you back sometime.
Yep.
See how you going in a year.
Yep. Well, absolutely.
All right, buddy. Well, yeah, you have a great rest of the day over there, man, and stay safe.
All right. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it.
See you, buddy.
All right.